Let's get crazy with it! Be courteous, but fuck shit up!
Hey, that's actually perfect timing. Let's go with today's climbing. I still need to just get so many materials. It is stupid. Also just a chill time to talk. Hang out with everyone. Everyone says like, oh man, they didn't have to go this hard for this track, but man, it was their job, but man, this is just a theme for buying sushi, that's it. You got the cube? Nice. Itadakimasu. Itadakimasu.
Time and find a better way to spend. Yeah. And it's happy to this integrated with the energy they drink, they bring pain to pinch. Lame boy, you will leave on the lit. Yeah. Alright, King Lynch, my rap to benefit. I'm a hero, what you wearing just a bit. Pack it up. Aliens trying to meet me at the center of it, me and E.T. Game of all names are
Now, so there shouldn't be any issues with the power tonight. I will be very surprised. Now that Mattel is trying to start a cinematic universe of their toy lines, what are you going to pitch them? Nothing. They shouldn't do it. They shouldn't do it. It's stupid. Wait, who? Well, no. I was going to joke like, who owns Ouija boards? And then I remembered, oh yeah, there was a Ouija board movie, and it was bad. So there you go. No, okay. I had an idea. I was like, there's no merchandise for Nope. That's one of my favorite movies. Make a Polly Pocket of jean jacket. Put all the little people inside. They're like all frowning Polly Pockets. It also, oh, it's Hasbro. Okay, Spirit Board, yeah. I wasn't sure if it was Hasbro or Mattel. I was pretty sure Hasbro. I was like, Yeah, jean jacket, Polly Pocket set. Just squeeze a bunch of people into like the little tube system. It's time for small soldiers to be brought back. Good grief, I haven't seen that movie since I was like, what, 9? Maybe a little older than that. I think, maybe like 10, 11, because someone brought that for English class when we needed to watch something. Okay, but if they made a Speed Racer-esque Hot Wheels movie, it would be worth it. Guy who still hasn't seen Speed Racer. Okay, I can't say, I haven't seen Speed Racer since it came out. But I remember it being like the most hype thing. If there were more movies made like that, I would go see movies, actually. Uno Yu-Gi-Oh movie. I use my card to summon Pot of Greed. They, like, keep summoning Pot of Greed even though it's not part of an Uno deck. It's just there, though. Pot of Greed. That's all I know about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is Pot of Greed. Loved Small Soldiers as a child, not sure it would hold up now, but as a 5 to 7-year-old, that was a cool movie. I remember seeing it, like, when I first saw it, I was probably like 8. I actually had a friend, I had a friend at one compound who had small soldier toys long before I ever saw the movie. I was like, what are these? What? It was a guy that in retrospect I totally had a crush on. In retrospect, I'm like, yeah, I liked that guy. I like that kid a lot. He was my bestie. Have you seen the Uno anime games? No, I have not. You think I know anything about video games or anime? I don't. There's a Monster High live action movie. What? I never got into Monster High just because it was like past the time I was interested in buying dolls. Plus, I preferred the Novi Stars because they were aliens. They looked kind of weird. Still waiting on Jeffrey Katzenberg's Tetris movie. That's a sci-fi.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, basically, I don't want any licensed toy movies unless it's something by someone I genuinely trust. I still haven't seen the Barbie movie. I really want to because, you know, I don't have any friends in person to go to a movie with, and yeah. Katzenberg needs another win after his magnum opus food fight. I don't think he needs to work anymore after food fight. That one's perfect. That's the best movie ever. Greatest movie. You want more genuine girl toys movies? That's the thing. If they're genuine, okay, either you make movies that are super genuine, like well crafted, or you go like way goofy. You go like Speed Racer territory. Just, you have fun with it. You know? Polly Pocket is already in production. What are you gonna do with Polly Pocket? Like, I know the plot of Barbie. That one actually makes sense and is interesting, but Polly Pocket, come on, come on! Gem and the Holograms, I forgot that was even a thing. I don't know anything about Gem and the Holograms other than, they have cool fashion. That's it. I just realized, give me a sec. Wait. My model's gonna, be catatonic for a sec. Okay. It's not where I remember it being. But I had this huge Polly Pocket village. I still have it, I just don't know where it is. I was like, oh, next time I'm on camera, I should show it. Anyway. Enough about doll stuff. Let's play some Let It Die. Let me open it up. Let me open up the game. I want to play a game. So yeah, actually it turns out I shut off the stream at the perfect moment last night because the power outage happened like 10 minutes later. And I was like, I want to be able to go upstairs. I want to be able to have like some light to go from the basement to, you know, my bedroom and then, you know, brush my teeth and everything. So, perfect timing. I just felt kind of bad because it's like I rated Vapor and then it's like, okay, hi, bye-bye, I need to go right now. I need to get out of here. Live action movie. Why was this made? Like, I remember when it came out, but the thing is it didn't even look like the 80s cartoon. So it was like, who is this for? As someone who doesn't know anything about it other than like surface level knowledge, it was like, who is this for? Okay. Game open. Game start. Game. I'm missing the grasshopper logo at the start of Deathverse. It's not the same. I missed the Death Drive logo at the start. Deathverse was fun, but man, not the same. Oh my gosh, okay. Look at he feet, though. Look at he pose. My little guy. Love him so much.
Let it die.
Hollywood is now just IPs. Who's gonna jump on securing the Mazinger and Grandizer brands? If they made a Grandizer movie, my mom would freaking lose her mind. I'm already like planning on buying the Grandizer video game coming out on the PS4, regardless of like whether or not it's good, because my mom doesn't play games, but I was like, I'll play it for you. They're making a Mazinger movie? I genuinely don't know. My mom would probably watch something like that, but she'd also be like, it's not Grandizer, so... She loves Grandizer. If you are from her generation, or even like a little younger, and you watched anime on TV in France, you would most likely be like, one, Grandizer stan, also a Captain Harlock stan. My mom actually wants me to do a bunch of paintings, like a bunch of little portraits of characters we like to put on a wall just for fun, because she was like, you know what, screw it, let's decorate however we want. And I sat there like, okay, so she wants Grandizer, obviously. She wants Star Platinum. Who else did she want? Okay, Star Platinum. She wanted one of the JoJos. We're thinking of Jolene. Kind of thinking she might want Harlock. Yeah, Lurk, you're roasting 2 whole chickens. Well, thank you for lurking and also for the raid. So, I know she wants those. My dad wants Ultraman. And Johnny Sokko. Like, Johnny Sokko's Robots. I don't know the name of that show in Japanese. I was probably gonna do some Dorohedoro. Yeah. Also, I started showing my mom, you know, Chainsaw Man. She's pretty into it so far. which I appreciate. Oh, that's not gonna happen. Oh, that's not gonna happen. Bro, that's not gonna happen. I'll do a successfully attack. That's fine. Also, life shrooms. I would like that for later. Defeat Colonel Jackson. We could maybe do that. Defeating the jackals. No. Just sitting here like, no.
No.
It's looking like Chainsaw Man's high school arc is going to be short, thank goodness. Okay, confession. I haven't read much of the manga. I basically stopped at, like, the Eternity Devil thing, but I know where the story goes. It's just, I'm lazy when it comes to reading stuff. I haven't even read, like the last chapter of JoJo Lines yet. Just because I'm like, oh yeah, I should do that. Is JoJo Lines already done? No. I just mean like the latest chapter. JoJo Lines like just started, so we're good so far on it. Actually, memories. Look at that. Good times. No, because I was like, my collection. No. There we go. Still the skill decal. And see which one. Was it the tank one? I guess it was. I'm sorry, I didn't pay attention to which one. Just looking. I wanna get rid of some of the. Oh no, it was this one. Master Onion Cutter. Negates the blindness effect from Frongos pickaxes and irons if quick to a defense fighter, hunter, or hater. Okay. JoJo Lines is pretty crazy at only 6 chapters. Araki appears to have really mixed up his writing style for this. Sadly, I can't go into details because of spoilers. So far, I'm actually really enjoying it. But then again, I was also really enjoying JoJolion, and then it went into, I genuinely got a headache towards the end. I was like, I can't. I was getting psychological damage from, what was it, when, which one? Do-do-do-da-da-da showed up. The JoJolion is probably the weakest part, but I can't go into details because of spoilers. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, JoJolion, actually, when it started, I was like, ooh. Part 4 isn't my favorite. Blasphemous, I know. My favorites are 3 and 7. And then it's funny because after that, 4 is my favorite. Like, for me, those are my top ones. I just like the dumb road trip aspect of 3. It's a big, dumb 80s action movie. So it's like 4 closely after. And when JoJolion started, I was like super... Like, at the beginning, I was like super into it. I was like, this is pretty good. This is pretty cool. And then as it goes on, it's like... Stuff that I enjoyed just gets, like, dropped. Like a bunch of plot things where I'm like, okay. Ooh.
Let's take a look.
Ooh. 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 Okay, we're gonna have to upgrade you, sir. We're ensemble blue metal. This one's gonna be annoying. The blue metals are annoying. Wait, no. Blue metal I could get from Jindai, right? In the like the early floors. JoJolion has a cool final boss stand at least. I really like the stands in JoJolion. It's just it's JoJolion. it's got issues. It's got shall we say problems? Like it's got it's when you think about it, okay, so I'm gonna need, yeah, the veneer planks and war ensemble blue metal. What do I, so... Can never get over the shopkeeper's design. I hate it! So massive iron bolts. Okay, actually, shut down a minute. What I should do, what I never do when I'm streaming, and I should do, because I get distracted when I try setting stuff up, is I should have the rotation list. Rotation calendar, resources sheet. I should always have this open, and I don't because... Dang, 5 years ago. Oh my gosh. There's a lot to look at. Current rotation. Nice. So boss drops. There's just many places I'm gonna have to go to, but... Okay, so Jindai drops that. Massive iron bolts. Iron bolts are... Iron bolts are in the 20s, right? I forget this stuff. Whatever, I want to go fight Jindai anyway. Never mind. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Where's my... There it is. Oh yes, open. I want to look at chat. How many survivors have you let it die on Hooked today? Wrong game! Look, I know we both have a shared appreciation for, you know... that kind of, you know, like Dead by Daylight, but please. I want this back, please. Thank you. We're going for high fashion. Warframe, I know. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah. That'll be my backup, just in case. Oh, okay, I can sell that. Actually, let me put my stuff away real quick. Hey, remember when we all played Dead? In Dead by Daylight yesterday? That was great. Remember when Josh couldn't find me in the foliage because I played Dead?
Welcome.
110 iron scraps, 1020 iron rent. Okay, thank you. I need to write that down because that's some of the stuff that just messes me up every time I play this. I need to just have... Okay, my goal. For next time I stream Let It Die, which I'm actually kind of considering I might want to do tomorrow and then do like Fear and Hunger on Saturday. I don't know. Or do Fear and Hunger tomorrow and then let it die on Saturday. I don't know. But my goal is to write down everything. Be like, okay, have a list.
This is a masterpiece.
I can't get over how this thing is super powerful. Why is it so beefy? And then there's nothing past 40. Absolutely nothing past 40. 40 is the tallest part of the tower. Man, imagine if they made the tower taller. That would be crazy. Wouldn't it? That'd be like insane. Part 4 is really good because it knows what it wants to do. I feel like that's most JoJo parts, but again, then you got part 8, and Part 8 was so disappointing. Again, I was so into it at the start. I was like, yo, this is actually, like, really fun. I'm very into this. Yeah, I'm gonna... just a collection of nonsense. I'm not gonna be able to... yeah. Look at all that nonsense I need. So if they added the same amount of floors to the tower, but sub-basements... Okay, people have, for ages, I remember, they were like, yo, what if there was extra stuff in the tower, like a basement? AKA something we're ever getting. I've never used... well, I say I've never used. It's been a very long time since I've used the baton, so... oh wait. Mocha Magome.
Going up.
Mocha Magome. Oh, no. Why's she gonna sit next to me? Come on. I don't feel really loved. But yeah, whenever I do Fear and Hunger next, I'm going to try and finish ending B. And then after that, we're gonna have ending B and also C2. And then... well... For fun, I might actually start another playthrough for C2 because I'm a masochist and I have a lot of fun playing Fear and Hunger. I don't know why. It seems to be one of my favorite games to play lately. So good. You don't pay her enough to sit next to me. Well, eventually she becomes my bestie. I'm gonna eat this for fun. It's been one of my favorites to watch you stream. I'm glad. I was genuinely so scared when I was about to start streaming it because I was like, this is gonna suck. This is gonna be so bad. So I'm considering doing just another playthrough for, you know, C2 ending because I want to see. It's gonna be like a playthrough where I'm going to make sure. It's basically gonna be like, we need to do this playthrough, and we need to make sure Moonless stays alive this time, so people can stop saying I'm like a dog killer. So, like, they can stop saying things like that about me. And then I have to do the S endings, which, I'm not looking forward to Ragnvaldr's. That one looks pretty bad. The qualifications for Ragnvaldr's, if you don't know. So, you basically have to beat, like... well, you don't have to beat. You could collect their souls. You have to collect the souls of, like, pretty much all the major bosses. Ragnvaldr's looks like actual hell on earth. Yeah, and there's like YouTuber I watch who, because he's a maniac, did a challenge that was like, what was it? His challenge run was do Ragnvaldr's S ending, but only use items in combat. Never attack. I was like, why would you do that? You gotta escape ending with Moonless in the party, so I have escorted the puppy out of the dungeons. Good for you. Yippee for you! I don't go out of my way to kill Moonless. Look, Moonless was doing fine during the ending A stuff, and then she died against the boss. And then in the other, you know, in the other one, Francois poured molten gold onto her. I can't really stop that from happening. Sells off Moonless's paw and kills her 2 minutes later. I didn't... That is the one time where I'll agree that yes, I did kill her. And some people were like, why didn't she sacrifice Dars? I like Casca. Casca is one of my favorite Berserk characters. There you go. That's my reason. You say Moonless shouldn't get out because, you know, invasive species and all. But let me tell you about a game called Fear and Hunger Termina. I thought I could run over. You can actually tell Dars what to do instead of Moonless. Yes, however, Moonless also has the ability to inflict bleed. Which is nice. I do really like Moonless as a party member. That's usually why I go out of my way to get her. But then bosses kill her because they hate Puppy. I don't. I love Puppy. Have you ever seen Votem's dog? She's adorable. Best dog I ever seen. No joke. Best dog of all time. Most quality dog. I have given her kisses. She is so soft. She is an angel. She loves her daddy. That's just for fun. I love kitty cats. I want a kitty cat so bad. I say this every time, but I want a kitty cat so bad. I'm actually wearing a shirt my dad got me where it's something like cheap that he customized, where it's like he could customize the girl on it, so it's like, oh, it looks like me, and then it looks like my dearly departed tuxedo cat. A t-shirt where we cuddling. It's a good shirt. Okay, I don't need those. I'm gonna need vegetable wow, though. Cool. Wait. Nico. No. Yeah, I couldn't see part of it. Duh. Duh. I actually want to go there. Don't call it fisting chickens. Come on. Let's be mature. Oh, you know what? Actually, because I need some splithium, I might just do some, Tokyo Death Metro. I need to anyway for one of the challenges. So, you know, that would be useful. Ow. Come here, you. Yep. Are you down there? Ow. I need to kill haters, so I need to go after that guy. I need to go find him. No problem. Hi, Xavier. Welcome. Ah! Oh, oh! I thought I was gonna fall into the pit. I got so scared. Stop it. What you playing? I'm playing Let It Die. It's a roguelike by Grasshopper Manufacturer. I'm also married, like legally married to one of the characters in this game, so that's pretty cool. It's pretty poggers for me. I hear that mouse. Oh, there you are. Saw a dude with a chicken head and a cone head. Yeah. That's normal. See stuff in the tower. Well, that just happened. Yeah, I am, that was a crab. No, that was a scorpion. Crabs are... I can find crabs elsewhere. Oh. But yeah, I can wear a cone. But I don't want that. Right now in this game, what I'm doing is I'm just farming for, materials so I can work on my equipment so I can survive in the higher floors because I like not dying in like 2 hits. I'm like a big fan of not dying immediately when I play this game, actually. Let me see if I can upgrade. Well, no, I'll do some TDM and then I'll upgrade so I make sure like I have plenty of SP lithium. Splithium, if you will.
I have never been put in any danger. We look forward to your return.
South Tokyo.
I'm just gonna see if... Can I upgrade?
Huh? You've got something nice there, ain't you?
I'm amazed I found blueprints down there.
Masterpiece.
Like, genuinely shocked. Because I thought I'd picked, like, everything. Is that Adolf? No! Odilon, do you just not want to speak right now? Enable TTS.
Is that ADOLF?
ADOLF. Odalon doesn't want to say the name. No, his name is, oh my gosh, I forgot his name. I can't even correct you now. I can't even correct you about it. Okay, I need to get cotton again. That is the problem I have. We're gonna look. His name is Suit. No, it's not. Nope. Commodore Suzuki. That's his name. I was like, I'm forgetting. I'm drawing a blank. Okay, I'm gonna go show you my husband. This is him.
Don't give up, senpai.
That's my husband.
You've been attacked.
Okay, let me get out of here. Happy to meet him. I love him so much. I could talk about him all day, but I won't because that would just be annoying. I'm sorry. I heard he's a good guy who will always look out for you. He's a sweetheart who has never done anything wrong in his entire life. Hey, Aka, esse Shaban. I'm always like, when it gets to the second half, I'm like, I have a bad time reading. I'm sorry. Y'all talking about Suda 51? Yeah, I love talking about Suda 51. I don't know what his next game is, but I'm looking forward to it. Oh my gosh, same bestie. Same weapon, bestie.
Two thumbs up.
Here we go. It's just, this is a nice way to get a spell with him, so I'm like, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Hey, stop it. Get over here, you booger! Stop rolling! What do you think you're in Dark Souls? Stop it. No, Dark Souls, dumb. Storing kill coins or SPLTM rewards from quests and fights in the inbox is good practice, just so people raiding can't take those specific reserves from you. Interesting. I will have to keep that in mind. I mean, here's the thing. Suda made Travis Strikes Again. I trust him with my life. I trust him with my life. I want to let us splithium, please. When I get splithium, I'm happy. So I can upgrade things. I'm just imagining I'm so sure some people, when I started, you know, gushing about Uncle Death back in 2018, I'm so sure people were like, this isn't gonna last. This... Now look at me, 5 years later. Over 5 years later now. Sad. It's just sad. Oh, crap. I forgot to originally do the head pat thing. Hold on. That was the one thing I forgot to do. There we go. Actually, you want to hear something really cool? Give me a sec. I just have to get out of here. Hold on. Let me go to X. Everyone's favorite website.
Hey, Canon Waifu. You know that I only have eyes for you. Hey, Canon Waifu.
It's for me. That's just something for me.
Tetsuo's the name.
I love my husband so much.
It makes me smile too. It's like one of my favorite things I've ever received. I have a low-key... Okay. I've been tempted. I don't want to bother that voice... That guy ever. But, his voice actor, I've always been like, maybe I should see if I could, like, ask him to do special alerts for me. But I also don't want to bother him. That was a gift from the community managers. Not pushing it, though. That guy, by the way, adores his wife. I love it. I love seeing it. We love seeing that.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
South Tokyo Best Hits.
This program is brought to you by Yotsuyama Enterprises.
I don't know if he's on Cameo. I never really check who's on Cameo. Here's the problem about Cameo. Even paying people for stuff, I'm like... I feel like I'd bother them. That said, I need to see if the actor for Gollum is there. I wouldn't have him say heinous things. I promise. But maybe something about me being his favorite streamer ever. He loves my dedication to the Gollum-like genre. Dude used to be part of a group, if I recall. Yeah, he was part of the Dude Sons. He actually does show up in Jackass 3. He and Johnny Knoxville climb up in a big old pine tree that gets chopped down. So it's like, Uncle Death's voice actor and the guy who inspired Travis Touchdown together. Perfect. So I always keep thinking I should redraw that with those two.
Tokyo Death Metro.
You were going to redraw, but oops, decided to re-download Witcher 3 and my PC is like, absolutely not, absolutely no, cannot do both of those things at once. Rip. I love it when that happens. I still need to play Witcher 3. I haven't played any Witcher game. Me, I like playing video games. Hasn't actually played a ton of video games when I think about it. Hell yeah, you should stream Witcher 3 when you got your PNG tube. It was a PNG tuber you were doing, right? Oh no, spoilers, the final boss music is playing now. I'm not looking forward to fighting this boss, by the way. I'm gonna die. It's gonna be so pathetic. I do know the way to cheese the start, but still. Just take off all your equipment before you get in. And you're good. Does one ever really beat Let It Die? Yeah, I've done it before. And then the tower got taller. And I've never beaten it since. One tarnation, the iron runs on gasoline instead of water. So same strat as the Mimic tier fight, it's exactly that, yep. Crud oil, nice.
It's turned out well.
Okay, I can't upgrade that, but I would like to upgrade this, please. Thank you.
Let's take a look.
I will save that for later. But I do need a lot of cotton, bruh.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, I'll save that for later. I will save this. Look at all that HP you need, though. Dang.
Come back anytime.
Wow. Come and get it. Come and get it. Okay. I did that. I think I'm good to go back up. So I'm gonna go to 21.
For coming, please state your desired floor. Going up.
Okay, so 21 up. Let me look at this real quick. So 21 all. Okay. Interesting. Sorry, I'm just checking things real quick. All right. I gotta look at the list. One pizza let it die when they finish the climb. Look, I count being let it die as we start baby steps. We beat the main story. Okay? Baby steps. And then after that, it's you gotta climb. You gots to climb. Eat it. I want to make him so proud. I want to be able to do the higher stuff. I want to be able to do that stuff on stream, but look, I need to upgrade equipment. It's especially like, I want to make sure my armor's good. That kind of stuff, you know? I want to not die immediately when I'm in the milk floors. Which is what happens currently. Ha.
Thank you.
Wait, why am I bending down? I don't need that. I just love how, like, that one review, like, that one video about the game that was like, ugh. This game is pay to win because if you don't do that, you have to grind for stuff. And? Ah, two of them! Two of them! That entire review just annoyed me, just because it was a case of like, I don't think you gave the game a fair chance anyway. I don't know. And on top of it, it's a video that I know a lot of people have watched and therefore is painted like their view on the game before they've ever tried it. Because the thing is, the game's free. I'm not gonna complain. Like, genuinely, I don't care. I have issues with it, but again, game free. I like it when things are free. I like the lore of this game.
Game is pay to win, otherwise you have to actually play it.
Exactly. I hate when people have that kind of I don't know. I like playing games. You know? I like when games last a while sometimes. Well, I say that. I did play Gollum, so that's different though. That was miserable. Wish there was more lore story events. Exactly. I wish that too. That is actually something. That is actually my big complaint about this game. Is I wish there was more story stuff to get back to. We don't have any more cutscenes. Did you see the unused taunts that they posted on the Discord media server? I'm not! I'm gonna have to see that. You want Gollum to last longer, you're saying that. No! Gollum should have been shorter. I should have been able to beat it in one sitting. But no, we have to have like 1,000,000 stealth segments. You know I'm gonna 100% it though. What I want so bad is for them to release concept art for this game. I genuinely, oh. I don't know if Grasshopper would do it though, or if it would be like Super Trick is only allowed to do that now. Because what makes me sad is, so if you bought like the Grasshopper Manufacturer art book, which of course I have because I love art books, and yeah, it's like, ooh, I want to see all kinds of like fun special things. This is before, hey, come on, man. This is before Let It Die came out. So there's a 2-page spread for Let It Die that's just like, hey, coming soon. And it's like, occasionally you can find stuff, but you can find stuff if you like dig through the Twitter on occasion, but I would like more concept art. I want to see concept art to my husband. Maybe they don't want to show that because we might see what's under the mask. I don't care. I just want more content of my boyfriend. My boyfriend husband. Finally, Cotton. Oh, I love you so much, Cotton. Yeah, we've already... Okay, don't go that way. He's also just got peak design. My boy band. He's gonna be so cool, watch. I love those. I love using those, they're fun. One person boy band. You know what's one boy band I miss? Brockhampton. RIP. Oh wait, I wanted to put a mask on again, yeah. My hat. Dang, I look stupid. In the game, too. I wish we got all the documentation about the game. Same. Low-key, sometimes I'm like, hey, why don't you hire me so I can just look at this stuff? I'm like, I literally just want to look at stuff. I love concept art so much. I have so many art books for stuff because I love looking at things like that for games. It's cool and great. Actually, I think the first one I got, I think the first art book I ever got was Disgaea. I think that was the first one. Hey, come on. Be nice to me. Be nice to me. Everyone's mean to me. Everyone's so mean to me. Yeah! First art / concept was Breath of Fire and then Monster Hunter. I still need to play Monster Hunter stuff. I have a bunch of art books, but really I want to move to a new place before I get any more books so I can set up some proper dang bookshelves. I have like one of those big old IKEA cubby things that I usually put like a bunch of my art stuff, and I was like, might as well just put my art books there. Got stuff like also a Francis Bacon one, because that's one of my favorite painters ever. Actually, no, I do want to go there, maybe. I bet you loved the live-action Monster Hunter movie that I totally remember coming out. Everyone remembers that movie. Why was the movie like that? I never watched it, but just seeing the trailers, as someone who doesn't really know that much about Monster Hunter, seeing that, I was like, that don't look right. That looks incorrect. But okay. Why not at this point? Wanted to put his life in the lead. Oh, so it was, oh, what's his face? The one who did the Resident Evil movies, and also, the original Mortal Kombat movie. I was just thinking about, like, the Resident Evil movies. Yeah, at least they, you know, tried to go for a game-accurate Nemesis outfit. Complete with slutty exposed shoulder, which I very much appreciate. That's the thing. Remake Nemesis would never. He's in a trash bag, that's all. He would never have a slutty exposed shoulder. Ever. Pathetic, honestly. This is going great so far. Yeah. You have too many fish? Oh no. Yump. All your homies hate slutty exposed shoulders? Well, I guess the Resident Evil 3 remake is perfect for you. I guess it was made for you. Like, you're the... They're like, oh, what's it called? They showed you the designs and you were like, I hate slutty shoulders. And they're like, okay, we gotta change the design based on Sagittarial A's tastes. Pack it up, boys. We're covering that up. Okay, I have maybe a very specific, stupid complaint about Jill's design in that game, by the way. I don't like her hair. And you could probably say, that's the exact same hair she has in the game. Like the original game. No. Mo. Okay, no. Wrong one. I like her 90s hair. The kind of like way more slicked down look. I don't know, it was cooler. It was cool. It's too much volume. Yeah. I don't like that. Like, in Dead by Daylight, so she's one of the survivors you can get. And they give her her remake outfit. You can also get her original outfit. But she still has the same hair. So you have to pay for, like, the full outfit with the exact same head as the normal one. And it's like, but I'm paying for the same hair. Like, I'm paying for the same hair. Excuse me, what? It's like, at least change up her hair, please. I'm very particular. Dead by Daylight's my favorite dress-up game. It's the only game where I actually want to pay money for cosmetics, and I shouldn't because that's stupid, but I love making characters look dumb. If you've seen the way I dress my ace, you know. It will not let me watch you and download Witcher 3 at the same time. Oh, rip. I think you should download Witcher 3. I think you should download Witcher 3. That seems more useful in the long run. NK streams are temporary. Watching Witcher 3. You're still watching me on your phone? Okay. Playing Witcher 3. That lasts, you know, memories for a lifetime. Do I have any extra shirt? Oh yeah, I do have an extra shirt. Hide some of that butt crack. Boot. Well, your friends played almost 400 hours. Dang. What's one game I have, like, a lot of hours in? I gotta think. Sometimes there are things where I'm like, I feel like I played a lot of hours for this, and then it's like, not really. Could you stop hitting me in the booty butt, please? This one? I don't know. Kitty cat attack. Frick! Whatever, I need mushrooms anyway. Whatever. I was gonna say, I thought I heard another one. Yelp. Not finding any materials here. Why is there fire here? Why? Oh no! Turtles! And lizards! Oh, get away from me. Oh, he's so bad. He wants me so bad. Get away. I need mushrooms. Yeah, you're mine. Yomp. Oh no, the maze. I like the claws, they're fun. They're not like the most amazing things. I don't, you know, shorter range, that's kind of a pain and all, but they fun. Huh? Oh, hi. Have I played Hades? Of course. I keep meaning to stream that at some point before Hades 2 comes out. Oh, this was the floor that crashed. I was like, it was a floor that had this layout. And I was like, oh, look, a magazine page. I got so excited and then the game crashed. It was so sad. Actually tragic. Yo. Oh, I want that. I want that over there. Yo, I want that so bad. Give me that. Yeah. Huh? Oh, hi. Hey, can you lead me? Oh, there you go. Okay, good. I know my way out now. Poor little animals, I'm hungry. Yo. Okay, today, when I had for lunch, so we made Hokkaido milk bread buns, and then I used the sandwich bread, and I had roast beef with it. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was so good. Milk bread is so good. I love milk bread. And we actually have a proofer because we make a lot of bread ourselves. Like, I can make a pretty good brioche. I think Alberio can testify because he's had some of it. And the one he had was like a day old, like, because it's obviously better fresh, like super fresh. I was gonna say, wait, when is this guy spawning in? Hey, get away, yuck. Alberio and Vodum had some. Again, I'm trying to think about whether or not I want to spend my birthday in Seattle, but I don't know.
Please state your desire going down.
I don't know. I've been considering, for a while I was considering like, do I want to move to Seattle? I don't know, I'm not really feeling it anymore, I won't lie. It's a great area. I love the International District, for example, but I don't know. I've kind of been ruminating on it, and I'm like, I don't think that's where I'm meant to be. I don't know. Sure, your buzz would enjoy seeing you for your birthday. Here's the problem. I always worry about, like, intruding. Or I feel like I intrude, and then I feel really bad. Because I'm like, I don't want anything special for my birthday, I just want to hang out with people. But I worry that it'll probably be like, I don't know, people are going to think that they have to entertain me. From Uncle Death himself. I love you too, honey. I love my husband so much. He's so supportive. Totally no ulterior motives. He would never. What's that? A stick! I can't get over the stick weapon. They're so expensive, though. That's always crazy to me. Every single one of these is just ridiculous. Typically, I know what I usually save this for is for, like, this nonsense up here. I like this stuff.
A masterpiece has been born.
Among Us babies are born. I'm deaf.
Let's take a look.
Oh. I could make that. Crud oil. Got him.
Let's take a look.
I've only got the one cotton. I feel like I would rather make just like new pants.
Let's take a look.
But okay, need more iron bolts, need aluminum engine parts, and black metal. Which we can actually fight Jindai, so that'd be cool. Look at how powerful all of these are. And expensive.
Thanks.
I do want to use my powerful knife, though. I think it would be fun. Powerful knife. Yeah.
Come back anytime.
I'm stronger than you. Concrete Jackals 3. Available in arcades countrywide. You'll see.
Alright, I wanted to sell a bunch of stuff, too. Rip.
37.564 JOSTKY. South Tokyo's best hits.
Knife.
Turned out well.
Look at this nonsense. I don't want this garbage. Get out of here. Get out of here. You? I have plenty of birds. Actually, I would like another iron, please. Thank you.
Come back anytime.
Look at my knife. It's a little thing. I want to say hi to my husband real quick. Hold on.
I had a dream that you beat this game yesterday, and that's gotta be a good sign, right?
He's so trustworthy. Actually, let me see if there's any more stuff I can do. Cause yeah, this stuff no. 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 Like no. Actually, no. Dot Arms black metal. Oh, these kind of challenges. Okay, okay. Actually, it wouldn't hurt to go back there. I'll buy another pork chopper, I guess. I don't know, I have fun with that. It's not the most amazing thing, but I have fun with it. Oh, whoops. You go here.
Thank you for coming. Please state your desired floor. Going up.
How's everyone doing this evening, by the way? It's been a pretty uneventful day. I did dust a bunch of knick-knack stuff. So that's always fun. Like I said, though, tomorrow I'm not sure if I want to do more grinding or if I want to save that for Saturday and do some Fear and Hunger tomorrow. Being excited for Armored Core 6. I need to play the Armored Core games. I want to see how good this knife is. Wait, no. Maybe if I go over here. Because I do want to play some Armored Core stuff. Oh my gosh, though. I saw on Iron Pineapple's video, like he posted a comment on Twitter that he got from when he was playing the demo. And someone was just like, ugh, I don't want you like Souls idiots. Wow. I want you Souls losers like stinking up my my Armored Core, and it's like, do you not want like new people into your fandom? Like, playing your game? At all? I mean, why so gatekeepy? That's lame. I don't know. I don't understand that, that logic. Armored Core has changed a lot from the original games. Modern Armored Core games take more after 4 and the other games. Yeah, but see, for example, I still want to go back to the old ones because, for example, with Dark Souls, I enjoy already seeing where it comes from with Demon Souls, but I really, really want to go play King's Field. That's a minority. I mean, yeah, but it's just there's some people where it's like, what? Why are you so nasty about this? The thing is, there are people like that in every freaking fandom. It's like that whenever anime adaptations come out for something and people are like, ugh. People are gonna be stinking up my fandom now. Just don't engage. If people are gonna be annoying, like, or you're afraid people are gonna be annoying, just don't Don't engage. You'll be way happier. It is funny though, like when people who get into Dorohedoro through the anime, I think some people are following it a little more after with the success of Chainsaw Man. I think some people are going back for that a little more. But it's not like Chainsaw Man. It's way more slice of life with, you know, some action elements and a lot of boobs too. Just nipples out all the time. And I just think it's really funny that some people, I've seen people who are like, I thought this was like an action series. What's wrong with this? Like, hey, bruh, stop it. This is not an honorable duel. Oh. Yeah, a-holes are everywhere. That, like, okay, this is the thing. I know it's a minority, but it's just when you see people like that who get so uppity about new people in their niche group, it's like, but I like being able to talk about stuff I really enjoy. I was so happy when Clonoa came out and people were singing praises for Clonoa. I was so happy. I'm sorry, Cluner, as Alberio would call him. Baps. Okay, but for real, Dorohedoro. I don't know. Q Hayashida probably has a crush on Nikaido because she draws all kinds of titty art of her throughout the comic. It's amazing. Have you executed Uncle D? No! Why would I? Monster. I would never hurt my husband unless he asked me to. Maybe he's into that. I don't know. Part 1. Ball Stretcher. So many scary sounds in this game. I don't like it. It's too spoopy. Yeah, this is the direction I have not gone. In general, I feel like, always with the exception of some weirdos, I do feel like, in general, FromSoft fans tend to be pretty chill. For the most part. And I mean this as, like, for any FromSoft property, not just Armored Core and Dark Soul. I wonder if someone is, like, waiting for the Kingsfield revival. FromSoft just hasn't been the same since they've done first-person nonsense. What is this BS? Elden Ring? I don't care about that. does a first-person mod, because it's like, this is my game series.
Hell yeah.
You know what's the most distracting Uncle Death quote is when it's like, he says, "Oh yeah," and then I sit there like, I look at OBS thinking like, oh, someone followed me. I gotta read their name. It always just like, I have to look away from the screen for a sec to be like, oh, I gotta say hi to the person. And then I die. We need more support for DK Bongo controller support from soft games. Okay, considering the amount of people who do stupid challenges like that, I imagine if FromSoft was like, we've come out with our own peripheral, and it is like the worst thing ever. It's like, good luck playing this new game. Cool, thanks. I want to see it happen. Please, it would be awesome. Didn't someone beat one of those games with bananas? Like, am I misremembering? Dang, I haven't had a banana in a while. When do we get to point and laugh at the alien cadavers that the US government is hogging from the rest of the world? Yeah, I don't know. Do we get to, like, teabag them or something? I think that'd be pretty cool. When do we get to show another civilization skibidi toilet? I want aliens to show up so I can show them Gmod videos. Like, just a bunch of classics, you know? Engineer Nope, you know, things like that. Are you going to show me Gmod videos? Maybe. Maybe if you're good. Oh, oh. Aw, dang it. I thought it was like the silver parasol shroom because I need that.
Yeah, beautiful.
Live in space where all the planet alien get told to avoid that neighborhood and roll up your windows. I don't know. Where do we vote to have Germa be first contacts with the alien races? Okay, you know he would sit there and like he would sit there and be like, no chat, I'm not gonna pants the aliens. No, I'm not gonna do it. He would be arguing with his chat, assuming chat is there, like, open. There's, like, a live feed of him doing that. And then it's like he would do it and then start, like, a interplanetary war going on. Like, that's how that would go. I don't know. Don't clap their cheeks, and then he, you know, does that, and then it's just everything goes down the toilet. Can we watch Full Life Consequences? You mean the entire saga? Are we gonna have a repeated Mars attack? Okay, but the thing about Mars attacks is that they were already coming with malicious intention, and they just kind of used the bird as an excuse for, like, hell yeah, time to murder. Redliner Media said that movie was just, F you. I've watched that movie as an adult. I still like how awful it is. F you. I have impeccable tastes. Ah! Zombie ghosts leave this place, but this is our house. John Freeman, who was Gordon Freeman's brother, was one day in office. Stop it! Stop it! I love fine art. I think a lot about John Freeman's scream at the top of lung. I think about that a lot whenever I just have to think about, like, screaming. Scream at the top of lung. I'll get you back, evil boss. The other full life consequences are half-life, but the AI is self-aware. But I can't show that latter one on stream. Unless we did, like, a watch-along. That'd be the laziest stream ever. Just watching someone else's stream. I have to kill fast, and bullets too slow. Has anyone recreated full life consequences in, like, Source Filmmaker and actually did, like, dramatic reading of, you know, like, actually played out the parts in it seriously? Not like, haha, bad acting on purpose. I mean, you know. We're playing this seriously. If they haven't, they should. I'm just saying. I have good ideas. Oh, I forgot this one is the one with the head and then the bombs. Depth perception is hard. Full Life Consequences came out when the word machinima was still relevant. That's how old it is. Yeah. Remember machinima? Which one is that? Kinoi. That's the one I want to go to. I'm gonna have a Madeleine. Sorry if you're gonna hear rapper stuff. It was a genre and then some chose trademarked it. Yeah. Isn't that how it always goes? Ooh. I don't think I've really been finding too many aluminum engine parts, though. I would like some more of those. Still technically a genre. I would argue everything with Dream and Minecraft was machinima. I would say Edward Ember Pants is machinima. Don't think there's anything here. Yeah. I don't see any other materials or little boxes I would like to bust open. Oh, what's up? Ah, lizard! Oh no, lizard! How did you die? How did the lizard explode? I don't know. Like, I don't know. Oh, Tojima's the new one. Okay. Let's see what's up with this one. I should really play this sometimes, like, on Mondays or something, so I can, you know, do more rotation stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Bro, I don't freaking know. Anyone else gonna drop by? No? Okay, good. I'll just leave this guy alone, so I don't know. I have like one enemy wandering around, so I don't know, jackals don't show up immediately and stab me. No, what? What was I aiming at? The lizard? Why? It was so far off to the side. You know, I was talking about how earlier it's like, you know, this is a free game. So I can't complain about things too much because, yeah, it's free. Like, free entertainment. I will say sometimes the aiming is so strange, and I don't understand. Sometimes the aiming is, dare I say, kind of whack. That's what the kids say, right? They still say that? Ah! F off! Could you please stop? Thank you. Could you please stop? Thank you. I'm so happy he likes it. Oh, MDF. Actually, I do need that for, you know, the thing, the one thing that I need. Oh, frick. I do like the hops I can do. I wish I could bite people, though. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Lizard. You. Give me that. Ooh. Okay, MDF. Again, I need that for my my no knife. I would like that, please. And yeah, there's only one way up. Oh. Another elevator. Oh, I guess it would go like all the way up here. I was like, would it? I don't know. I don't think it could. I don't think they really break through. Whatever. But yeah, this is a one-way thing. All right. I get it. I got it. Still want to see what's down here. Just real quick, you know. I just like using that. My beloved. No, you killed the hunter. Wait, I wanted to do that so bad. Whatever, I get free SPL. Ooh, and a silver parasol shroom. I haven't really been able to find those. That's actually perfect. I want them for my challenge, but I couldn't find any. Put that there. Ugh. Eat that. Yeah, do it. Eat it. Remember the sounds Gollum made while he was eating things when I was playing Gollum? Yeah, that sucked. Oh my gosh. I hate these guys. I hate them. I hate them so much. Ooh, I just... Oh...
I hates those guys.
Anything here? Oh, just a dude tunnel. Okay. With nothing at the end. Alright. I just want to make sure. Hate those hobbitses. Yeah. Trying to think of also the things I want to play next week. I'm considering I do think I want to start Ultra Kill. Because I promised I would play Ultra Kill. And I do want to play Ultra Kill. Problem is also, I'm sitting here like, man, I want to play more Fear and Hunger stuff. You know, it was like, oh, it would be fun if it was like a dedicated week to just that. But I'm like, I want to space it out so I don't just finish Fear and Hunger so fast. But I think it would be kind of fun if people also asked about like really stupid challenge runs I could do, just so there's like extra stuff. Okay, it's through all that. Cause I love Fear and Hunger. I don't wanna. When I'm done with Fear and Hunger, I'm gonna be sad. Yeah, it's all a straight line. Okay. When Fear and Hunger is over, I'm gonna be all kinds of sad. I do have Fear and Hunger too, but again... F off, bro. F off. Oh. Do you have Fear and Hunger 2? And Fear and Hunger 2 is the one that I really don't know much about. So it might actually be perfect. What is going on with the sounds right now? Oh. Oh! There we go. I was like, I'll just pick that up. And, I don't know, eat this. Giro. Awesome. But yeah, Fear and Hunger 2 might actually take me way longer because it's still, like, in progress. And I don't know much about that one. I know certain things. I know there's one boss that you're not supposed to fight. Because it's a bad idea. If you know, you know. Then again, that kind of just... That's actually kind of a really vague way to describe stuff in Fear and Hunger, huh? You don't want to fight that boss. You gotta. Skin Granny. All my homies hate Skin Granny. Skin Granny is so unpredictable because some moments, like some runs, goes fine. Oh my gosh, aim at the thing that's right next to you! Please. Please, I beg of you. Pocket Cat secret final boss. I mean, we can fight Pocket Cat in this game. And he does have a special attack, which is jerking off in front of you, giving you psychological damage. Relatable. I would feel like that too. Okay, I want to go to... Oi! I'm gonna see if I'm able to go to unlock the thing to Hyakuda from this side. So if I go... If I go to the left when I'm down here. Okay. Here's the thing about Pocket Cat, though. In 2, he's actually less problematic. We love that. He doesn't want you to sell him kids. He just wants, he wants severed heads. That's better. Right? We like that more. We prefer that. No one is beyond redemption. Except for that guy. Points to Pocket Cat. That guy just... no. We hate him. Can you sell severed heads of kids to get a little bonus on the side? No! There's just no... He doesn't want that anymore. He's moved beyond that. Oh. Ah! I gotta throw up. Hold on. Blech. Different hat. Yeah, cool. I look great. Well, my pants are about to explode. That's fine. That's fine.
Right on.
Get away.
Amazing.
He's so supportive. No, not the frog. Get away. I'm so sick of you. You're always around. Like every corner it's this guy. I'm so done. Everywhere I go, I see that hater. It's ruining my life. I can drop that. Ooh, I do need those. Actually... yeah, I'll just... I don't... yeah. Yeah. Oh, good. I can unlock it from this side. Perfect. Perfect. We got more paths available. Nice. Though I'm guessing I do want to go to Oshimi to get like some DoD black metal. So I'm guessing if I go to Oe, I'll start unlocking, you know, like these two little squares. Because this one's not connected to anything. I'm guessing it would be from there. So maybe if I go, so Hyakuda, I can go back down to Shinkobashi. I might do that. I might do that, yeah. Yeah, let's just do it, yeah. Yeah, I haven't been to this floor yet on this run. So sounds are getting messed up now. That's cool. It's very promising. Very promising. Get away. I hear boys I gotta set on fire, maybe. Cool. Cool, great. Thank you. Cool, great, thank you. Okay, money. Yeah, there's something with the sound. This has happened before, and I don't know what causes it. But it's fine, it's fine. It's cool, it's fine. Okay. Oh, whoops. My pants are exploding. This sucks, bro. My pants blew up. Do I have anything else I can put on? Nah. Hey. Come here, you. A snack. I could use some of that, maybe. I don't know how much. Please don't explode my pants. Too late. I'm not gonna complain about the money. Why not burn it to get the other Yeah. Yeah. I just want to collect stuff though, and I don't have a lot of inventory. I'm just gonna ignore these guys. You know, I don't really care. Somehow he dodged the fire. Ooh. Just, I don't want my crack out, please. Thank you.
Hello?
Oh, cotton! Please, thank you. Get out of here. Oh, I thought he was floating for a second. I was like, oh. Sir. I do want this one, though. What armor sets do you prefer? I don't know, actually. I forget. I forgot. Typically, like, aesthetically, I'm always just more fond of the, Candlewolf stuff, though. That stuff's fun. I like my armor, my knight's armor. It is cold down here. I've got like my blanket wrapped around me. It is a freezing in the basement today. Which, to be honest, I will take over, you know, hot. I guess, Candlewolf and the milk sets are some of my favorites, aesthetically. I think they're just I think they're just neat. Big fan. I like the sporty look of the milk sets. Dang, this is the place for silver shrooms, huh? I'm gonna get this challenge in no time. I'm not hurting for silk. Not at all. Why would you aim at the frog? I'll eat it though. It's cool, I'll eat it. Just a, you know, fun little action roll to impress everyone here. Cotton! I don't care. I don't care about it. Oh. The thing that I'm always running out of all the time. I can't find it anywhere, ever. Right, mushroom? No, creature. Okay. I was like, it looks mushroom shaped. Wishful thinking. Also, sorry if I'm just kind of quiet. I'm like a little tired. Not crazy tired, but I'm out of it today.
Going down.
I've been very, very low on vitamin D, apparently, so I'm taking stuff, like the 5,000 IU. I'm just waiting for that to really kick in.
I have never been
Okay, so I can stop feeling out of it all day, every day. That'd be cool. Streaming, honestly, one of the highlights.
to your return.
One of the highlights for me for the day. And I keep thinking I should probably do it earlier in the day. Just so I get that immediate satisfaction. Yeah, I can look like a bush. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
You've got something nice there, ain't you? It's turned out well.
Oh. Okay, I can do that. What do I need for this? Veneer planks and steel. Crystal metal's the hard part to get. I hate that. I hates that. Ken Wolf Black Metal, I can upgrade that. But I'm looking at what else. Can upgrade that. But currently, what I'm more concerned with upgrading is this, and I do want to get the War Ensemble Black Metal for that again. In fact, I should probably farm some more War Ensemble Black Metal. I never really used this. Yeah, avoid anything that needs the War Ensemble. Let's upgrade the hat. Yes, perfect.
Under my watch.
Perfect. Man, I run out of so much scratch metal. I don't freaking know why. Sure. Why not?
Take a look.
69, nice.
Under my watch.
69, nice.
Nothing goes wrong under my watch.
Yeah, I just need more ensemble black metal. Which we can get easy, it's fine.
Come back anytime.
Come and get it, come and get it. That's what I'd want to do right now. I want to explore a little more the stuff
Oh, it's you.
I want to go kill Cohen. Actually, infinite ammo I could keep for later. I want to go kill Cohen. And then explore the stuff kind of like after that. That would be good. That'd be ideal. Again, I want my Uncle D2 head, please. Thank you so much. What do I need for that? Oh, right. That's why I haven't upgraded this one. It's because it needs skill shrooms.
Come back anytime.
What a pain. What a pain. Wait, have I? Did I finish anything? I don't remember. Ah, yes, I did complete things. Cool, perfect. Defeat any of the jackals again. That ain't happening. It's Among Us I don't really care about getting. Maybe I'll do that off stream. Some head empty stuff, I don't mind. Bullet tubers. Mark 5. I agree. Wouldn't mind that. Hair 5. Bushy meat. Yeah, but whatever. Let's just do that. Oh, dang it. I should have left that. I'm saving these, of course. The other one I really love getting, of course, is the fun fungus. Oh. That stuff's... I like that.
It's not about how many times you die. It's about how many times you try. Oh, damn. Rhyming feels good.
Fungus, yes. I'm actually gonna use the restroom real quick. Also, I need to stretch. Feel that. I'll be back. Hold on. I almost bumped my microphone with my boob again.
37.564 JOSTKY.
I did that the other day. I'm not doing that again. Ah, my favorite track. So, Kanye.
Thank you for coming. Please state your desired floor.
Oh, right.
Going up.
My feet are so cold! My footsies! I have slippers, actually. But I'm crossing my legs! I'm sitting crisscross in my seat. I don't know if I can... Let's
That's
see.
right. Our customers are steadily increasing.
There we go.
We look forward to your return.
Okay. There. I'm comfy now. So yeah, I want to go to Oshimi. That's gonna be... Now Yoshimi, but Oshimi. Incorrect. One thing I don't like about also the fact that you can't just restart or save on your account is otherwise I would be grinding like in bed with my Steam Deck. I would just have that all set up and get all comfy. But I can't. But I think I can have like several accounts logged in, I think. I don't know. Because I'm like, grinding would be so much easier if it's just like, oh yeah, I could do that, like, relax and having a good time. Hello, hello the Reaper. Hold on. Hello the Reaper. YT65. How do you prefer I call you? Oh, this is the Reaper White. Oh, gosh. For once, I didn't turn into a frog. Reaper is fine, okay. Oh, okay. Good. Frogs are fun guys, though, but I don't want to turn into a frog. I'm like, if enemies can step on me like this, they can do this to me. I don't like it when they do that. Ooh, cotton. Oh, yes, please, thank you. To be a frog is to be as close to perfect as Uncle D. But Uncle Death is like, he's just immortal and unstoppable and cool, and frogs are cool too, but... Have you seen how many frogs I've eaten today? Have you seen that? Ugh, speedrun strats. Well, I am French. Okay, funny thing. I have never, ever eaten frog. Ever. Ever. And why would I want to eat frog legs? There's like nothing on them. That's just pointless. Oh, you choose to ignore frog murder, but you won't let go of like accidental dog murder in Fear and Hunger. That's cool. Chat bullying me when I play Fear and Hunger. Never playing that ever again. Hey Crunch, look, I've eaten snail before. And as I always say, snail is like... I'll never understand eating snail. Like, I looked it up once where I was like, where did this originate? Why? Apparently it goes back to, like, the Romans eating snail. But it's like, I don't like the texture. I don't like the smell. And flavor-wise, it is just garlic butter. That's it. Just eat a steak with garlic butter and you're good. In fact, I think you would have a more enjoyable time. Your dad said he had frog legs and told me they taste like chicken. That's what my mom said, but she was like, again, why eat them? There's nothing to them. It's like, it's just nothing. You ever lie awake at night craving the legs of amphibians, then you two have contract... No. 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 It's not craving. So I don't know where the frog legs thing started. I know about snails, but I don't know where that. I bet parasites made people eat snails to find better hosts. Oh, okay. Sure, why not? Uh-huh, yeah. Totally, Josh. Yeah, yeah. That's exactly how it works. Uh-huh, yeah. Feel like it has to be desperation food. Yeah, but why is it then, like, a traditional thing? You know? And it's like, I don't feel like you would eat snails a lot as is. It would be, like, snails, for example, are way more of, at least as far as I remember, more of a winter thing. Which, again, I ask why. I just ask, why? Yes. So I want to go down that way. No, wait, that was where there was another elevator. Never mind. So I'm gonna want to go down here. So either of these two options. So I have to go left. Ow, my arm hurts too. Please get out of my way. Thank you. Thank you so much. I want to deal with you nerds. Alright, left. The left. Like, no. Not left, right. I'm good at directions. So good. So good. You ever see the snails with the funky bulging eye stalks? They have parasites. Yeah, there's even one in like the opening of Chainsaw Man. Totally not foreshadowing or anything. I had forgotten about that, but you know, I was saying earlier, I started watching that with my mom. So I was like, She enjoyed watching Dorohedoro. Same studio. I think she would enjoy Chainsaw Man. And my dad's enjoying it too, so. Looked it up, some sources say food shortage, some say it was popularized because during Lent frog meat wasn't considered meat. So we just don't know, I guess. It's a mystery. We gotta ask that cooking with history guy. He seems to know all about this kind of nonsense. I thought I could just run past it, but no. Of course not! Typical. Well, it's not that, but actually I do want to go to kill, Jindai, so I could get my Black War medal and upgrade my gun. Because I would like to do more Kamas gameplay. I hope. You come out? Yeah. I like how yesterday when we were playing like custom lobbies in Dead by Daylight, Josh, when he was playing Michael Myers, was trying to do jump scares, and it's like I can hear you when your character is going like right in my ear. Like I could see you coming. It's not a jump scare. I never screamed because it's not a jump scare if I can hear you everywhere I'm going. I think from now on I'm gonna do stupid perks. Either like my altruism build, which I love, or I'm just gonna do stupid things like rock and passing out. Wait, so hold on. Went up real quick. So, are you watching stuff? I was skimming Twitter, and for some reason there was renewed interest in Kamen Rider Kabuto. Because supposedly Kabuto does the speedster special effects better than the Flash movie, and the Secret Wars story better than the actual Secret Wars. First one's probably debatable. Kabuto does look good for Itoku, but Secret Wars story, I don't know. I did watch Kabuto, and it was a mess of a show. I have not watched a lot of Toku. I will say that. The last Toku I was actually watching was with my mom. It was like one of her childhood Tokus, which I don't know what it's called in English. I don't think it ever came out in English. It is essentially a Star Wars ripoff, is what I'll say. And it came out in France. Came out in France under the name Sankukai. Sankukai, Sankukai, c'est un message, c'est un message. Sankukai, Sankukai, c'est la bataille, c'est la bataille. A lot of 80s things are like Star Wars ripoffs. Yeah, like, wait, was that 80s or was that late 70s? I remember Star Crash. I watched that on TV once and I was like, ah. I see. I see what this is. Yes. Beautiful, beautiful, wonderful. The show my mom was watching was called Message from Space Galactic Wars. Okay. I don't know why it was called Sankukai in French. I have no idea. I don't remember if anyone was named Sankukai. I don't remember. Though it's funny. Oh my gosh, I forget the name of that actor. He was in the last John Wick. He played Scorpion in the newest Mortal Kombat movie. Like, he's been in a bunch of like English language stuff recently, like Bullet Train and all that. My mom, I forget his name, but my mom, every time she sees him, it's, oh my gosh, it's Ayato. Not Hayato, Ayato. As she remembers him in French, she's like, oh my gosh, it's Ayato. And she gets so excited. He didn't have a lot of screen time in John Wick, but she was so happy to see him. Thank you. Hey. Can I stop? Thank you. I was stuck running. Cool. Gero is right. Yes, okay, I'm correct in going here. So I can go down, go back down. If I go left, this time for sure left. For sure left. We go here. Shin Kamen Rider is on Prime Video and I still haven't watched it yet. Same. I was so upset that it came out in theaters while I was in France. I was like, but I want to see it. But I want to see it. Please. I think of all the Toku shows, Kamen Rider always interested me. I was watching actually the original because I won't lie, I've tried watching more recent Kamen Rider and I don't really like it. I don't like it that much. But I've watched like the original one and I'm like, oh hey, this is more my speed. It's just the more something looks like it was designed to sell toys, the less I'm gonna get into it, you know? Though I have to say, there is the one Kamen Rider series with Momotaro, and I do like Momotaro. Dude's pretty cool. It's kind of like what I don't like with Sailor Moon is as it goes along, all of their wands, all of the stuff they have definitely looks more like toys. And I'm like, even as a kid, I never liked the way they looked. Like, oh my gosh, Sailor Stars, Cosmos, like those ones. Oh gosh, her Sailor Moon stuff is so ugly. Even the Sailor Starlights themselves, it was like, she wanted to give them short hair, and it was like, short hair is hard on a doll. Can you give them ponytails? Okay. Sure. Yeah, cool, sure.
Gnarly.
Hey, come on, stop it. You like Transformers, even though it was literally buy our toys? Yeah, but I mean, like, I feel like in the case of Transformers, at least it feels honest in being like a toy commercial. I don't know. Again, like the more things look like a toy commercial, the less I'm like, or the more it's just, again, Toku, but look at the toys you can buy. That's just not my thing. And if someone else likes that, that's fine. Those particular Toku series just don't speak to me. But again, Momotaro. Just peak design. But I'm just kind of... But still, I like the simplicity of the original Kamen Rider mask. You know, just the grasshopper look. And I feel like some others feel like a little too overcomplicated to me. I don't know. I don't know. Again, I'm not the target demographic, so whatever. Until the movie when they killed the main character due to business decisions. Yeah, didn't they kill off like most of the original Transformers characters to make way for like the next wave of toys, and it was like traumatic for kids? Because why would you make way for like the new toys in the worst way possible for a child? Showa era writers are right down to business. Yes. See, maybe that's just more my thing. Maybe I just like the Showa era better. I don't really need hovering metal that bad, but I'll take it. It was like, did they just not consider that kids would be like super upset by like, hey, you killed off everyone's favorites? But here's some new characters. It's like, you're not helping. Like, you're not helping me. Yeah, like, I think I want Toku stuff that just gets down to business. I think you worded it. Look at how swole I am! I'm unstoppable with this knife. So I'm saving it for bosses. Mini-bosses. Literally in director's commentary, they didn't understand why kids would not be excited for new toys of the new characters. dramatic what they were doing. I don't get it. As a kid, I remembered as a kid, I cried at the end of like the first season of Digimon. You know, because it was like, I didn't know there was going to be like a continuation. And the continuation happens, and on the official site, it was already like scrubbing all of the the season 1 stuff off of it to make way for season 2. And it was like, yes, it's a sequel, but it was like ruining me. It's like I was crying like that night when I had found that. Like when I went to bed, I was like crying because it was like all the characters I liked are gone. And I mean, to be fair, I didn't really ever care for the season 2 cast, so there you go. Sad. Tragic. Now I want your hat. Digimon Tamers was the best show. I still haven't watched Digimon Tamers. I didn't really watch Digimon stuff unless I was like in the United States or in France. And guess what? France is a really awful dub. Not as bad as the Finnish one, which is one of the worst dubs I've ever heard in my life. But pretty bad. I actually still have a tape. I still have a tape. It's when it's like 2 of them end up getting their crests at the same time. I think it was Mimi and Joe that got them. I don't know. But I never got to watch Tamers, but it was the one, like, even as an adult, I'm like, this looks like the one I'd be, like, way more into. It was basically a case of I couldn't watch it, so I had to look up, like, episode summaries and be like, this sounds great in my head. It was one of the cartoons that helped you learn English because I partially saw it in Mexico. Oh, interesting. See, it's funny. The Digimon movie, already a confusing mess. Like whatever the dub did, I don't get it. I don't know what they were thinking. But for someone who didn't understand English as well, let me tell you, that was a nightmare. Because it's like some of the characters talk too fast, so I was like, huh? Like, what are you talking about? I don't get it. Because I remember once saying like, oh yeah, I was really confused during that movie, and people were like, who was it? I'm like, I know you don't understand. Like, for someone who essentially had English as a second language, that movie is a nightmare. What are these people talking about? All of this seems incorrect. What's going on? I really want to know, how did the movie turn out the way it did? Like, Pokemon I feel like is pretty straightforward. Are you gonna give me the stuff? No? Okay, cool. I feel like Pokemon as a franchise. Pretty straightforward. I think the first movie, pretty easy to follow. Even the second movie. My mom took me to see the second movie. Like, I mean, seemed like she could follow it. I don't know. Okay, get away from me. Lizard's after me. Ow, stop it! You little jerk. Digimon, however, the editing they had for the thing like in the dub and all of that, I don't know how, like, you ask your parent to take you to see Digimon the movie and you're like, hell yes. And then they sit there horrified that it's like, this is what my child watches? This is what my child enjoys? What? Hello? What? What's going on? I don't understand any of this. Help! You cried during the first movie, like Pokemon movie? I feel like a lot of us did. Oh my gosh, Ash is freaking dead. Dude's dead. Oh my gosh. This anime, we need to ban it from our schools. Okay, this is actually reminding me. So, I know a lot of kids in the United States said, like, Pogs were banned in their schools. Because I guess it's like, well, it's a form of gambling. So I, like, in the Lay's chips, we would get Pogs. So a lot of us would collect, like, the Pokemon ones, and then eventually there were, like, these Looney Tunes ones that we were collecting that were, like, kind of sporty themed. And I just remember there was, like, this one time where I was getting so angry playing it, like, because I was, like, losing all my Pogs during one thing, trying to get this one specific thing that I was missing in my collection. I was so... it ruined my day. And I remember on the bus ride home, I just grabbed all my Pogs and I threw them on the ground like, all of you take it, I don't care anymore. And I never played with Pogs ever again because I was like, no, this is making me miserable. I'm not doing this. I hate these. You played with Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards but didn't actually know how to play. My uncle, the one who stole my Gyarados card, the one who cheated me out of my Gyarados card, I'm still bitter about it. He was teaching me to play a Pokemon card game, but I also kind of didn't trust him. Like, I was like, how could I really believe that this is the intended way to play this game? This game of cards. The King's game. Are you the only one who saw a stage play version of Pokemon? I didn't know about that. But also, you have to consider, I didn't live in the US, so, or like, anywhere where Pokemon stuff was accessible. I was in Saudi Arabia, so if that was something more kids saw or whatever, I wouldn't know. I had my uncle trade, like, he had me trade a bunch of my really rare cards for a bunch of, like, cheap toys that I didn't know were cheap. I thought they were really rare, and I was like, oh, awesome. Which, to be fair, they were really special to me as a kid who didn't have any of that where I lived. We always had to, like, get bootleg stuff. Like, I remember this one girl in one of my classes got a Pikachu pen. Clearly the most bootleg thing. It was like a Pikachu pen that would light up on the top, and all of us were like, oh my gosh, where did you get that? Where did you get that? And it was like, oh, it was like at this one shopping district, you know, got it here. All of us had to go get it. It did exist. Pokemon Live was a thing. You toured when you were a child. I would have killed to see that as a kid. Like, I remember, so as a kid, we visited, like, Washington, D.C. and New York. It was kind of like part of a... It was like we did this big trip for, my... Like, in the fall. So it was like, went to Massachusetts. Like, we spent some time, like, in Salem. Did the touristy things there. Went to a bunch of museums. Went to see, like... You know, just a bunch of nonsense. And this is when the first Pokemon movie came out. So that was, like, an event. And I'm just thinking, that would have been a nightmare to go to in New York. And this was also when Pokemon Yellow came out. And it was a pain. That was a pain to find, but we got Pokemon Yellow, and my parents also got my Pokemon Red since I was missing that. And I just remember they sat there clearly like they did not want to sit there and watch a Pokemon movie in theaters, obviously. So they said, "Do you want to see the movie? Or do you want 2 Pokemon DVDs?" And I was like, well, duh, I want the 2 Pokemon DVDs I can watch whenever I want. Like, duh. Like, I want the thing that I can keep permanently. You think I'm stupid? Just a few witch trials as a treat. Yes, exactly. By the way, absolutely terrifying to a child to hear about, like, all of that stuff. But get away from me. Video editing is moving to clip show. I don't care. Get off my screen. If this crashes my computer again, I'm gonna scream. There. You have a gigantic Pikachu plush on my bed. Okay, one of the reasons I was also bringing up, you know, that trip to the United States, I got a little Pikachu plush. This thing was tiny. Yo, hello Miami! Whoa! This thing was like tiny. And I carried with me everywhere. Normally, like, my plushes have always been pretty pristine. That thing, no. Like, it got ratty. I took it with me everywhere. I basically put my hand, because the tail was kind of sewn in a way where it basically worked as a handle for me, which was perfect. I'm kind of sad I don't have that anymore. Even though it would look nasty. I still have one of my Digimon plushes. You know, the things that looked super cheap. It's my Tokomon plush. Because I love Tokomon and his messed up mouth. Could be worse. You could have visited where the Donner Party met their end. They have a cool museum and everything. Oh no. Perfect for a child. Yes, great. We love it. Hey, can you please leave me alone while I'm in the middle of, like, rifling through stuff? Thank you, a-hole. Just, you know, fun things as a treat for a child. It was actually during that trip, circling around to stuff that we talked about at the start of the stream. That was actually the time when I watched Small Soldiers. Because it was, like, on TV at that hotel we were at. Help. Help me. The movie that Alberio said he loved so much and totally didn't hate. Help. I didn't have any plushes when I was really little. I had cushion stuffing that was my bedtime companion. I still have it in a sealed bag somewhere. Oh. Wait. I wasn't looking at my screen. I was looking at OBS. Don't do that. Actually, like, play the game. Forehead. You heard your name? I was talking about how much you love Small Soldiers, how it's your favorite movie ever. You said so earlier in the stream. Alberio, how long does it take you to, like, finger 2 chickens? You've been at it, like, for, like, what, 7 hours now? Yeah, just like how you love Quest for Camelot and Space Jam, Bessie. Look, I can actually tolerate Quest for Camelot. Sucks, but I can tolerate it. Space Jam. Everyone who's like, man, Space Jam's great. Go back and watch it as an adult. Go back and watch it as an adult. I remembered streaming it back when during like the badly drawn JoJo like RP days. I remembered streaming it. And everyone was like, "Oh gosh, this is miserable." And I was like, "Yeah. You think?" I also made everyone watch Food Fight with me because I'm nice. Food Fight's like the best movie. Also, somehow one of the most offensive movies I've ever watched. Like, it's funny. There are things like... I remember when, oh, what's it called? What's it called? Sausage Party came out. And a lot of us were like... This is just adult Food Fight. Sausage Party tries to offend you, you know? Goes out of its way for that. Food Fight is a children's movie that's supposed to be funny and quirky. And it is racist, it's homophobic. It's just weirdly sexual. There's like Nazi imagery that's just kind of uncomfortable. Because it's like, why is this here? This is weird. Like just outright, very blatant. It's just like, okay, but why? A bunch of things like that. Sausage Party could never. Sausage Party wished. Tropic Thunder was one of the more offensive movies you saw. Tropic Thunder isn't meant for children, though. Food Fight was meant for children. Oh, Goat Story is another, Goat Story is a nightmare. That's the movie you show if you, like, really hate your child.
Nice one.
Yeah, Food Fight. It's funny people have been bringing up Food Fight again on my timeline just because Twitter being rebranded to X, it's like, yes. Brand X, the villains from Food Fight. Here's the thing, if you don't know anything about Food Fight, it was basically trying to be Toy Story. The equivalent of Toy Story, but for like products like fast food. Well, no, not fast food. Basically anything that would be in a grocery store, things like that. So it's like there's a lot of, you have like Mr. Clean in the movie. You know that guy. You have Charlie Tuna, whatever his name was. Yeah, like that tuna jerk. You have him. A bunch of things like that. Oh, that's so cool. It was a movie that was supposed to come out like in the late 90s, I want to say. And you can look up a trailer online from that where it's like, you know what? This actually doesn't look terrible. I mean, it looks bad, but it's like, it doesn't look offensive. Some disgruntled animator deleted everything. And then in 2012, the movie resurfaced because I'm guessing they were like, we have this just sitting here. We need to do something with it. So instead, it's a bunch of like motion capture stuff, gross animation, the worst models. It's like a actual gross dream you would have while sick. It was bad. Want to watch Return of the Living Dead while you're on break? I haven't actually seen a lot of classic zombie movies. Had poor media access during the height of my obsession, but those clips of Tarman you retweeted incredibly sexy. I love Tarman so much. That movie, Return of the Living Dead, genuinely one of the funniest movies. Like, funny, but also manages to be, like, disturbing when it needs to be, but... Here's the thing, when I watch stuff, I actually don't laugh out loud at a lot of stuff. I'll just kind of, you know, slight smile. It's just for some reason, I don't really laugh a lot when I watch stuff. This movie made me lose it. It's really good. Maybe I'm overselling it, but it's a really good movie. Please drop some metal for me. Okay, F you too, bro. So you had made a VTuber of sunshine goodness? I made her in The Sims. I made her in Dex Detective. I'm actually really proud of those. Not to toot my own horn, but those Sims came out real good. Get away from me, bro. I want to figure out the Tarman so bad, but that thing's expensive. That thing's genuinely expensive. I mean, it's like, not the most expensive thing, but it's over $100, like 150 or something, and But I want to figure out the Tarman so bad. I love him. He doesn't have a ton of screen time, but he is one of the most memorable zombies you'll ever see in a movie. But yeah, anyway, if you want to watch like if you want to have a bad time one day, just watch like Food Fight. I highly recommend it. It's like sickening, unpleasant. Again, bad to look at. Has a very strange cast. Like, just strange decisions all around. No. Please take me to the place where Uncle Death is. His gait is so sexy. I love his gait. It is so much fun, but also it's like when you see him like just following this lady right there when he's like after her, it is like a little creepy seeing him like the way he walks is absolutely like, yeah, this is a body that's barely holding together. It's incredible acting for a zombie. But to be fair, another like really good zombie performance is actually in the original Dawn of the Dead. It's when one of the characters, you know, becomes a zombie, and it's like one of his feet gets all busted up, I guess. And so it's like he's hobbling in a way where it's like, this actually feels really realistic, you know, for like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was like, this is actually a good zombie performance. I'm a big fan of a good zombie performance. You can become a guitar man, Stanny? Well, welcome to the club. I have a t-shirt of him. Genuinely, though, I was kind of thinking, because I won't lie, I would like to be a mama imp one day. It would be cool, nice. I would like that. And I keep thinking sometimes, like, I would want to give my kids a good education in like media, and that includes stuff like, you know, just a good variety of music, books, movies, you know, just to expand the palette and be like, hey, what would you enjoy? You know, like, form your own opinions. Don't just base them like off of what I like. And I was kind of thinking, like, what are some good horror movies where it's like, yes, I could show this to a child. And my mom was a little like, about my choice for a creep show, but I was like, creep show is actually like, I think would be a fun introduction, though, I don't know, The Crate would probably be like traumatic. Understandable that one is a little scary, even as an adult. But I think Return of the Living Dead. I think that would be another one. My child's gonna be so cool. I'm gonna raise them just like Laszlo raises a child in What We Do in the Shadows. Just great, fantastic job all around. My child's gonna be the most interesting kid ever. Don't worry about it. Ugh. Raise them like a Digimon pet. Oh, I need to play... I need to play Digimon World on stream one of these days, because oh my goodness, that is one of the meanest games I ever played as a child. I didn't have a manual or anything. This is back when I would buy games that were basically bootlegs. Why am I saying basically? They were bootlegs. In fact, next time I do my stream where I have my camera turned on, my human form stream, I will show you my binder of bootleg games. I think it would be fun. So Digimon was the game I got for my 10th birthday. I was like, oh hell yes, this is the best gift ever. Thing is, when you're used to like a game like Pokemon, you might have like a preconceived notion as to what oh my gosh, just land! Some of you, there we go. You might have like a preconceived notion of like, ah yes, this is what my monster game will be. No, it's not like that. I didn't have a manual. I just had a disc for it. I didn't know what I was doing ever in that game. I had no idea. I think Jay in Animations played Digimon World and she hated it. I watched, I once raided Andui and they were playing that. Good time. Good times. Good times. That is such a mean game because there's so many things that, like, I didn't know how to give my Digimon the porta potty thing. I couldn't figure it out. And so I'm sitting there like, my Digimon keeps pooping everywhere. And, okay, my birthday was on Thanksgiving that year. So we go over to, like, some church friend's house. Because it was like, oh, some other Americans we know, you know, in Riyadh. So we go there. My parents let me bring my PS1 so I can play my birthday present and everything. And I picked Patamon because I liked Patamon's evolution chain, you know, at least from what I knew in the anime. And my Digimon starts evolving and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm getting Angemon. This is gonna be the best. Oh my gosh. Call my mom over. Look, I'm gonna get this cool Digimon. Turns into like one of the slug poop Digimon. I was like, what did I deserve? What did I do to deserve this? I was like, what did I do for this to happen to me?
Nice! Next up is the third big challenge. Now let's see how well you can use that controller.
Again, he is perfect titty height. Perfect height. And again, let's look at he eyeball. You can totally see he eyeball there. I love his eyes. All the branching paths that lead to poop? Yeah. Kind of tempted. I do have a very strong weapon. But I just have this. I at least wanted to go say hi to him.
Thank you for coming. Please stay.
I do want to drop stuff off. If it was like birthday ruined, my Digimon turned into one of the poop-eating ones. I was so mad. What is this? I was like, I mean, I guess I get to clean up all the messes, but this sucks, bro.
The highest safety standards.
It's like, man, this sucks. I'm so upset.
Thank you very much for using this service.
So I'm like, it would be really fun to try and play that as an adult. An adult with like slightly more knowledge of like maybe what to do.
Huh?
Maybe.
Something nice there, ain't ya?
Yeah, you got something nice there. Yeah.
Yeah, 69, nice. I was surprised when Gatomon turned into a sexy angel woman when I was expecting bigger cat before I saw those episodes on Adventure. Yeah, it rules. I used to draw her all the time. I used to draw Angel Woman all the time because it was like, yo.
This one looks worthwhile.
A girl.
This one looks worthwhile.
A girl. Scratch mill for those. She turns into a babe. What? Oh my gosh, I need so many for those. So many wire mountains. Again, I'm making sure I say mountain because Bodum
Under my watch.
tried to get me to say mountain once. Because he once lived in Utah. He knows. He knows about mountain. It's cruel. Evil moments. Nah, we'll keep that, some of that.
Thanks. Come back anytime.
Just, again, Bodum evil moments. Mean moments. Mean to me. Come and get it. Come and get it.
Oh, it's you. Thanks.
Okay. I'm gonna have to increase my storage. I see. You wanted a cool cat and not confusing prepubescent feelings. I mean, I already had cartoons do that to me, but way before that, so whatever. Get over it. Have you ever seen this environmental movie from like the early 90s that was like uncomfortably horny? Cause I have. And that ruined me.
Tokyo Death Metro. Hold on to something. It's going to get bumpy.
Baby. Yeah, I think tomorrow I might just play more Fear and Hunger. I think I'll do that. I've been neglecting Fear and Hunger. I feel bad.
Jackals 3. Available in arcades countrywide. Yotsuyama Enterprises. 37.564 JOSTKY.
South Tokyo Best Hits.
So what did I play? Oh yeah, Monday I played Gollum. And I would have played like... Okay, I was gonna play Let It Die yesterday. But again, the power outage ruined all of that. So, you know, like it ruined Tuesday, I wasn't able to really play anything. Much of it. I was like, okay, I'm in a bad mood because power went out twice. And then yesterday it was like, hey, power's going to go out at 11. Okay, well, I have a time limit to play. That's fine. And I was like, I want to play as Nick Cage. I want to play as Nick Cage in Dead by Daylight so bad. I didn't get to yesterday. I want to do it so bad. Are you talking about Ferngully, the Last Rainforest? Yes. What else would I be talking about? What other movie? So I was like, fine, I'll play more Debbie's Delight. It's just everything was pushed over, you know? Awful. I actually might end the stream because I am actually getting a headache right now. Sorry, it was a shorter stream than usual, but I am actually genuinely getting a headache, and I would like to maybe draw before I go to bed. Let's say hi to husband.
Yeah, ready to start a new game?
We'll talk to him a few times. Stream for 3.5 hours. That's nothing, though.
I can't wait to see you have a perfect run next time.
Normally, I like to go for about 4 hours, you know. Hey, did you see my Gollum stream? How long that was?
I just got back from a yearly medical checkup. Turns out, I don't have any internal organs. Just nasty, gunky shit. Anyway, ready to play?
Yeah. 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 I mean, to be fair, this has been a weird week for streaming again because, you know, Gollum and then power outage stuff, so yeah. Yeah, cool, yeah. I'm like, I might just eat and then wind down, try to draw some stuff. But first, I would like to see who shall I raid? Bone is streaming as usual at this time, so we could always raid him. Bone usually does some retro stuff. Yeah, you know what, let's go raid Bone. Good night to you too. Of course, you know what time it is, though.
Bobby, I want you to meet my colleague, Dr. Hamilton.
And I'd like you to get the fuck out of here.
It's all
Get out of here! Jeff, get out of my room! Get out of here, bitch! Get out of here!
I'll see you tomorrow with Fear and Hunger. Bye.